Glory be to Yah as we decipher the Rainbow I Ching today and the ZeGoDie. Amazing layout today because this produced 11 hexagrams, a whole story narrative that it produced. So I would like to break down the omega hexagram, the changing hexagram first, because it only produced 3 and the other one produced 5. So here we go. We're going to the root. This is our seventh chakra, the spiritual, looking at the root chakra, the physical, saying that the physical is about to turn into that, right? Which would change this into water over water, also known as the abysmal. And to correct this should be on this one right here. So water over water, the abysmal. Now, moving up the chakras, we see that water, the emotional center, is giving energy to the blue, which already has plenty of energy, so those aren't going to change. The mental sphere is drawing energy from the intention, and because they're both white, they're not going to change. Then we have this, the intuition, drawing energy from the speech, so therefore it'll change because speech is going to stay the same because it's self-sustaining. And then we have indigo, so there we go, a changing hexagram, all right, which gives us lake over water, also known as exhaustion. All right, holding together, abysmal, exhaustion, right, and then ultimately producing a standstill. When we go up here to this one, this is drawing energy from here, so therefore it's going to turn that one into earth under heaven, which is also known as standstill. So we got our final hexagrams, holding together, abysmal, exhaustion. If you were holding together against an abyss, you would become exhausted and you would be at a standstill. So I'm going to change this back and then we'll convert it and we'll decipher how this came about, right? All right, now we have returned to our original hexagram from the ZeGoDie cast, right? We return to the original. And what do we have here? We got water over thunder, also known as difficulty at the beginning. Remember, this is describing my day, and today I definitely had a little bit of difficulty at the beginning, getting the ball rolling. So now that we have this hexagram, we're going to break it down as to how it becomes the remaining hexagrams, like contemplation, dispersion, the well, preponderance of the great, and retreat. And here we go. We come down to the root. The root is drawing energy or giving energy to intuition or intention. So it's the root, physicality, is giving energy to intention. So the physical is going to become white, and the intention is going to become solid. Right, it's going to become solid. And that gives us our next hexagram, which is wind over earth, right? Wind over earth, contemplation, right? Which makes sense. If you're having difficulty, you should probably contemplate, why am I having difficulty? So we can go up to the next chakra. The emotional state is drawing energy from the speech, and the speech is self-containing. So this won't change. This will change. So only half of them change in this instance. All right, which changes our hexagram to wind over water, known as dispersion. Wind over water. Continue up the chakras. We have the mental center drawing energy from intuition. So that's going to reverse itself. It's going to reverse itself. All right. Now we have water over wind. So it was wind over water. Now it's water over wind. The well. So it went from dispersion into the well, which is the natural progression of those hexagrams. And so, continuing upward, we have our intuition drawing energy from speech, but speech is self-containing, so it won't change. The speech will change, right? And now, what do we have? We have lake over a wind. Lake over wind, preponderance of the great. And moving upward, remember, speech is self-containing, so it won't change. It will stay the same throughout. And now we have intuition, or intention. Intention is drawing energy from the emotional state. So therefore, intention will become solid. The emotional state will become open. The resulting hexagram is heaven over mountain or retreat. So if we break down this, I have difficulty this morning. However, I'm holding together with my faith, right? Overall, this will be the summary. Difficulty beginning, holding together. What is the story of what's the transition of these and how is it evolving in the near future? Abysmal, exhaustion, standstill in regards to activities of life. This makes the most sense to me thus far, and that is difficulty at the beginning of the day, contemplation, dispersion is also known as surrender, right, which is what I'm about to go do as the sun is rising. The well, drawing upon that holy water within, preponderance of the great, the Father, so mother principle, father principle, and then retreat, right? Retreat from myself and hold together in the faith, right? And then these right here make perfect sense in the regards to if you're holding together in that faith, right, of not knowing what to do yet, all right, you've reached, like you're at a crossroads, right, then you would be exhausted being at that crossroads, and you would be at a standstill, which is what I'm at in some regards to, like, you know, business and stuff like that. It's like I got all these inventions, but as far as like my dreadlock business, the income ain't coming in, so we're at a standstill. And also too, it's a Sabbath day, so we're definitely at a standstill. So glory be to Yah. This is the most hexagrams I've ever been able to see and discover within a single ZeGoDie cast. Amen. Be sure to join me for more at realizes.me, and on Patreon, the primal choice. God bless you this day. Till next time, stay true to the faith. Amen.